Thousands of divers have embraced the revolutionary technology, the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max, introduced to the market when it was first released in 2022. Now, 2 years later, and after having personally used the Divevolk system on well over 100 dives, it makes me very happy to bring you this first ever full review of the new, upgraded and improved Platinum version of this best-selling underwater smartphone housing, right after the intro. What's going on, underwater image makers? Welcome back to the channel. I'm very excited to talk about the new Platinum version of the very popular Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max underwater smartphone housing in today's video. So first things first, I did receive this housing from Divevolk about 2 months ago for testing and for creating this full review for you guys. I did not pay for this housing, but as with all other reviews on my channel here as well, everything I share in this review is purely based on my personal experiences using the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max Platinum version. Divevolk did not get to see this review before it was published here on the channel, and they don't have any influence as to what I'm saying in this review and about the Platinum version of their Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max. Having had the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max Platinum for some time, I was able to do a fair few dives with it, test it thoroughly and build a solid opinion on the upgrades and improvements compared to their standard version of the housing. Today's video will be structured into 4 main parts. First, we'll have a look at the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max system, what it is and what makes this system so unique. This is just if you're new to this system. If you're already familiar with the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max, you can skip this part and jump right into section 2, where we'll look at the differences between the standard version and the new upgraded Platinum version of the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max. After that, in section 3, I'll show you some example footage I took using the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max Platinum housing and my brand new Xiaomi 14 Ultra smartphone, presumably a smartphone that has one of the best camera systems on the market. And last but not least, I'll share with you my opinion on who I think the Platinum version is made for and whether or not it makes sense for you to upgrade to that Platinum version if you're already using the standard version of the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max. So let's get right into it. Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max is the first ever and only underwater smartphone housing that gives you full accessibility of your smartphone's touchscreen while being underwater. This is achieved by a special membrane, transferring your touch very accurately onto the smartphone's touchscreen. But why is this such a big deal? Well, it means that you are not relying on any third-party apps to work your smartphone inside the housing. This is very unique and specific to this housing. All other proper smartphone housings will require a specific third-party app to access the camera of your smartphone. And usually these apps have some limitations on the camera functions of your smartphone and will cripple the very powerful camera modules inside your smartphones. If you want to learn more about the revolutionary Divevolk system, go and check out my initial review of the standard Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max underwater smartphone housing, which I released back in 2022. I will link it down in the video description below. And now let's have a look at the differences between the new Platinum version compared to the old standard version of the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max. When you look at the Platinum version, you won't find a ton of differences compared to the standard version, which was already very close to perfect. All the important features that made the SeaTouch 4 Max so popular among underwater image makers are present in the new Platinum version as well. Like for example, the one-of-a-kind touchscreen membrane, the ability to use any third-party app even underwater, the compatibility with a huge variety of different smartphone models, the small opening resulting in a minimal risk for leakage, and so on. But the few improvements integrated in the Platinum version are quite essential in my opinion and make this version even better than the standard version already is. So what are these improvements, you're asking? The most obvious difference is the look and feel of the Platinum version. It is not made of plastic anymore, but rather uses aluminum to give it a more premium look, while also making it tougher and more robust at the same time. Sure, this makes the housing a little heavier than the standard version, but it's nothing extreme and you can still use it quite comfortably without any additional floats when used standalone without any larger accessories. There is no need for an extra clamp to be added to the Platinum housing anymore. Divevolk has integrated a filter lens holder as well as some screw mounts directly into the body of the housing. All existing Divevolk accessories like trays, tripod, wet lenses, filters, etc. are fully compatible with the Platinum version and its integrated attachment points. This is awesome and a direct result of the customer feedback they received. Nearly every user wanted the clamp on their Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max, but many divers complained that the existing external extra clamp was simply too flimsy and unsecure. Well, that is not the case anymore on the new Platinum version. Thank you so much Divevolk for listening to your customers. One other thing that needs to be mentioned in regards to attachment points on the new Platinum version is that the cold shoe mount that was present on the external clamp did not make it onto the Platinum housing. I was told that this has to do with the cost of integrating such a cold shoe directly into the housing. If they had gone this way, the housing would have become a lot more expensive. Well, I find this unfortunate, but I can certainly understand the reasons behind that decision. Talking about prices, that's obviously something that has also changed. The new Platinum version is, no surprises there, going to be a little more expensive than the standard version. The Platinum housing will be regularly priced at $499, which is still a fair price in my opinion, especially considering that you don't really need to get an extra clamp and lens filter adapter anymore. Right now, at the time of recording this review, Divevolk is offering a very special introduction offer and you can get the Platinum version for only $399. I don't really know how long this introduction offer is valid for, so if you're thinking about getting a Platinum version of the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max, well, now would probably be a good time to do so. And if you use the link in the video description below to place your order, you'll even benefit from an extra 6% discount on your entire order. Not just the Platinum housing, but any extra equipment that you might want to get from the Divevolk webshop. Thank you so much Divevolk for providing this special offer to my viewers. And I nearly forgot, the Platinum version also comes with a transportation box included in the price, which is not the case with the standard version. Another reason why I would pick the Platinum version over the standard version if I was unsure which one to get. This leaves only one improvement of the Platinum version to talk about, and that is the increased compatibility with newer model smartphones. A lot of the newer model smartphones are equipped with larger, thicker camera modules, like for example the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, and that has become or started to become a problem with the standard housing because it simply physically wouldn't allow such a thicker, camera module to be fitted inside the standard housing. That's why Divevolk made the Platinum version slightly thicker. It can now accommodate smartphones up to a thickness of 17mm, which includes models like the Huawei P70 Ultra, the Oppo Find X7 Ultra, the Vivo X100 Pro Plus, or the Xiaomi 14 Ultra. So they have basically future-proofed their SeaTouch 4 Max system for the foreseeable future. I like that, especially if you see what these newer, bigger smartphone cameras on modern smartphones can do underwater. Here is a couple of example shots that I took using my Xiaomi 14 Ultra inside the Platinum version of the Divevolk housing on a test dive last week here in Lake Zurich. What do you think? Quite impressive in my opinion, and I have to say that I was a little shocked, to be honest. I always thought that my iPhone 15 Pro Max was producing really good underwater video. And now I'm not so sure about that anymore, and I can't wait to do a side-by-side comparison between the iPhone 15 Pro Max and the Xiaomi 14 Ultra and share the results with all of you guys here on the channel, hopefully very soon. If you don't want to miss out on that comparison video, well, then make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, so you're not missing out on that video once it drops here. So who do I think the new Platinum version is for, and should you upgrade if you're already using a standard version of the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max? Obviously, if you want to use one of the more recent smartphones featuring a thicker camera module, the Platinum version is for you. Also, if you want the premium materials and the simplicity of the integrated screw mounts and filter lens adapters, as well as the peace of mind that even future smartphones will fit your housing, the Platinum version is the way to go. Otherwise, you're still going to be perfectly fine with the standard version of the SeaTouch 4 Max. And what if you already own a SeaTouch 4 Max? Should you upgrade? Well, that depends. If any of the previously mentioned reasons apply to you, then well, yes, I would go ahead and upgrade. Otherwise, don't worry about it. If you're happy with your current system, there is no reason to upgrade to the Platinum housing, unless of course you want to make use of the special introduction offer and you want to call the latest and greatest underwater imaging gear yours. By the way, Divevolk's introduction offer prompted me to offer a special discount on our Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max online course as well. Until the end of July, you can get a 20% discount for a lifelong subscription. So instead of 99 euros, we're only paying 79 euros for the entire official Divevolk online course. Check the link down in the video description below and use the code PLATINUM at checkout to receive the 20% discount. And that brings us to the end of today's review video. I hope it was useful to you and you know more now than what you did before watching this review. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like, and if there's any questions regarding the Platinum version of the Divevolk SeaTouch 4 Max, leave them down in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Thanks for your time and for watching. Have a great week. Keep capturing all those amazing underwater adventures of yours, and I hope to see you back here on the channel for the next video. Take care.